Hello and welcome to TNA Top 10, episode 151, August 23rd, 2026. I'm T Weave. With me, as always, are Andrew and Allison Faye. How's it going, fellas?
Hi.
Welcome to season 4 of the only college football show that you actually need to listen to. I'm great. I've had an energy drink, Diet Mountain Dew, and I am ready, Terry, to discuss
Amy is here right off the bat.
Our second favorite sport. Anyway, Taco Bell. That's about right.
No, I wrote too much. It got screwed up.
Spill over.
Taco Bell.
I like. It looks like Taco Bell as fuck, but it's just Allison Faye's initial.
Taco Bell. So disgusting.
Hi, Amy. Hi. Who we got? Willie. We got Daryl. Nice. Hi, guys.
Yeah, Daryl Stanley's here. He's here to defend the honor of Michigan.
Oh, that's right.
Super
Dave is here
too.
We will talk about Michigan and Michigan State tonight. So maybe he'll like some
and Michigan State.
The trashing
Those Sparty. Pat Fitzgerald returning to coaching after a scandal kicked him out of Northwestern after 20 seasons.
Well, I mean, if you're big on scandals, Michigan State's a good place to go.
Yeah, a little rub and tug action. $75 million down the drain. Sorry there, Tucker.
Any school in Michigan, really.
I mean, seriously.
You really want to talk about
I don't know what they're doing up north on the Canadian border, but it's not.
Hey, John Schneider is in the Canadian.
Not working out for them. The problem was Tucker got fired for cause, so that $75 million contract went away. I could find 10 I don't like. Dave, you are my hero. The thing is, and I'm going to go ahead and just say this out loud.
Don't do
This list could have been Taco Bell 1 through 10, and Arby's would have been a close number.
Well,
11.
we'll find out what happened
when
we discover if Taco Bell is number 1 or not.
Get your pillow. We're going to talk football tonight. Get your pillow.
I got my blanket. I'm ready.
Yeah. Because I don't know the Cincinnati Bearcats are going to come up tonight.
Damn it! That's the only thing I know. Come on.
Yeah, I don't think they're on the unless they've got a game in week 0, which I.
That's all right. I'll bring it up anyway.
I pulled up week 0. Don't worry, Terry. I got you covered on the back side.
I'm with you, Dave. I have 3 or 4 that I just don't do anymore. But after it got to 4, it had to be they're not as good as they used to be. Or
I throw in the disclaimer: is it worth the money?
Well,
my thoughts exactly, because when I eat food, I pay for quality food, and therefore it's worth the money. As these two can attest, there's been some really nice places we've eaten, and somehow we're talking about the worst or most overrated fast food places tonight.
And
Arby's is one of my favorite places to eat. Just
what?
Throw that out there right now.
Me and Terry are gonna fight. It's fine.
Everybody's gonna fight.
I can't get enough of Arby's. I wish I could go every day, but it's a little expensive.
Fast food, and I will not be told otherwise. But anyway,
George wanted me to let you know he's gonna be late.
George, that's okay. We'll talk about Jorge when he gets.
Well,
here.
we got plenty to talk about.
Yes,
man, we got a good crowd. We got.
I know. I Coach Keith.
It's been a while since. I mean, obviously we have things that get in the way of us being weekly. I think we're going to have 2 weeks in a row for the first time in forever. But it's really good to see you guys believe in us and come back and have some fun tonight.
Yeah.
We are going to have a blast. Terry's got the agenda here. We've got the baseball, wrestling, and of course, college football, the reason everybody watches this show at least 5 months a year. The other 7 months are all Allison, has nothing to do with me or Terry. But this is mine and Terry's time to shine. Allison has her pillow ready. She's got her white noise. So fun story. Me and Allison shared a hotel room in Las Vegas. Yep. I swear to God, I am one of those people that go to bed with TV.
No. Let's clarify that. Andrew doesn't go to sleep. Andrew is talking to you and passes out halfway through his sentence. So you don't know if he's falling asleep.
Marijuana may have been involved. I'm just saying. It's 115 degrees. But Allison actually has, Terry, a white noise app that she listens to.
Yep. Apple Music sleep sounds. Thank you very much.
I do Crime Junkie at night, and I just roll it.
You know, the thing is, if you listen to the old Forensic Files on HLN, that dude's voice will put you to sleep in like 4 minutes. And I've seen them all anyway, so it doesn't matter. The other one that works really well, my dad loved this show, and I think he had the hots for Kira Sedgwick, you know, what's the face of wife. But the Closer. I started the same episode 8 times before I made it through 41 minutes. That woman can put me to sleep so fast. It's not even funny, but she is, you know, I mean, I said that.
That's interesting because if I said that woman could put me to sleep, I would mean something entirely different than what you
Yes, said. Very different.
Speaking of that, I've watched a lot more episodes of Ted Lasso.
Yes.
Good.
Ted Lasso. I have not watched all of Ted Lasso. I've not watched any of Ted Lasso except on the real.
So good. I mean, I have not gotten to season. I'm still in season 3. I'm like 2/3 of the way through season 3, so I haven't gotten to season 4.
No spoilers about season 4.
Yeah, I've heard complaints about season 4 because it's different or whatever. Because I know there's like
some people
are
never
team or something. But yeah,
I'm not watching it until it's done. So I like to
see about the Yankees. Some people are never happy.
Did you say Yankees?
I did say Yankees.
Why don't we talk about the baseball standings? And I talked too good about the Braves, and they turned to shit last week. So they are only 3 games up on the Phillies right now, and they are like 6 games back of the Brewers. I mean, the Brewers are smoking the Cubs, and feel bad for the Cubs. They are 74-56, and then they are 7 games out.
Yeah. Yeah. Death, Taxis, and Jacob Mezorowski throwing a fastball. You can guarantee it in 2026. 50 plus 103 the other day. 50 plus pitches of 103 miles an hour, and he does it without breaking a sweat. It is incredible to watch him pitch. Location control, velocity. He has everything you want in a starting pitcher. Terry, hopefully his arm's better than some of these other pitchers we've seen as of late.
Everybody's going to have a Tommy John surgery at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Max Fried, elbow injury. Same elbow injury, back on the IL. Carlos Rodon is back.
Didn't Tommy John die like a couple of times?
He did.
He died a couple days ago, yep. Mm-hmm. And maybe 5 days ago. But it was this week he died. Yeah. Ryan Weathers leaves the game suddenly during an at-bat yesterday because his forearm all of a sudden. So now we've got a month without him. But if you're a Yankees fan, it might be a blessing in disguise. George isn't here to back that up, but he agrees. I already confirmed in the group chat with my not father-in-law that he agrees that we could do without Ryan Weathers in the bullpen. I
saw where Schlittler made everybody wait to start the game because he was in the.
He was probably in the bathroom. Yeah. He was probably in the bathroom.
Getting rid of some baggage there. Yeah.
Well, the problem was the other night, Schlittler didn't have good command of the ball. He walked 4 players, but I mean, they still, they win. Cam Schlittler puts the Yankees in a position to win baseball games. He is the number 1 pitcher. I understand it's the same roster that has Max Fried and Garrett Cole on it, but neither one of them touch what Schlittler is able to do. And quite frankly, the Yankees should be disappointed in themselves that he doesn't have 20 wins right now because it's their fault, not his. And anyway, Schlittler will pitch later this week against Houston, and we'll see how that goes. They got a rest day. They won today, took the series from the Blue Jays, and the bats went off late in the game. So it is one of those things. 54. Pretty good there, Darren.
I got a response to this.
Can you throw a strike?
65 when I was 12, and I threw 70 when I was 18. So that tells you how my baseball.
All right.
Exactly. Yeah. But obviously, Terry, talking the baseball, the Braves, it's the Phillies, it's the Brewers, it's the Cubs, it's the Dodgers.
Let me show you something on this graphic that is the reason I don't support expansion.
Okay.
The Cardinals are in 3rd place in the National League Central at 66 and 65. the Astros are leading the American League West at 65 and 65.
Yeah.
There may be a winner of the division in the AL West with a losing record. And we're talking about adding more teams.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Why don't you take the cities that don't support the team they have, move them out of there and put them in a city that
Correct.
You want to put somebody in Nashville, rip them out of somewhere else that's got like 1,800 people in the seats.
Me and Terry have a difference of opinion on this. More teams equals more baseball, and I'm for it.
Screw that. I want 4 divisions.
Yeah.
24
I think
teams.
moving the
That will be
athletics
better baseball.
Yeah, moving the athletics to Vegas, I think, is a super smart idea. Yes,
It is. That is the example. It is great. And I know I
That's what
feel
I'm
bad
saying.
for the Oakland fans because
Exactly.
really it wasn't the fans' fault in Oakland because they had a shitty owner.
Yeah.
But at some point, if money ain't coming in, you got to move.
That's correct. You have no choice. So
Yep.
I'm excited. It's going to be excellent.
But then, if I may,
Yes.
you look at small market ball. The Rays are number 1 in the East. The Brewers are number 1 in the Central. God, the Guardians are number 2 in
Shut
the
up,
AL
dude.
Central.
Did you just call them the Guardians? I think that's
Yeah.
the first time in your life you have
It's
referred
nasty.
to them as the Guardians.
Well, they're all going to be bad hitting alpha people that'll bagging groceries in a month.
But it don't matter though, because Coach Keith is right. Don't forget about the White Sox.
The White Sox with the best turnaround in baseball didn't win 40 games or whatever it was last year and are leading the Central.
We are White Sox fans here. Screw the Indians.
Yeah.
All right.
Because as everyone knows, in the hatred of Yankee hierarchy, it is number 3, Boston, number 2, the miserable Mets, and number 1 and forever, the Cleveland Indians. Because why, Allison?
Fuck Cleveland.
That's right. Well,
That's something that brings me satisfaction every week when I update this because the Mets continue to be in last place.
Here's the thing, and we're going to talk about this in college football too. The Mets have the 2nd highest payroll in all of baseball, and they are 59 and 71.
They're Texas A&M.
I want to make Terry cringe before we get going. We got to set the mood. In the words of the great Nicholas Lou Saban, you can pay the players all the money you want, but if you don't get the right players, it don't make a shit anyway.
Yeah.
That was.
Well, I've had enough of that guy. I watched a video. Our soccer coach showed a Nick Saban video on the parent meeting there.
That's still
I've had
fantastic.
enough of that.
I love that.
Because Terry subscribes to the fact that it is War Damn Eagle.
Way to
All
go.
right.
That's why it's in the
Coach
background here. And when I say my favorite team is 2-0, that's not a football team. Well, it is a football team, just not American football.
Not American football. That is correct. But yeah, the baseball is we're down to 30 days, 32 days. You're down to 30 games. It's the last 20% of the season. On the Yankees.
Yeah, I'll add a wild card standings next week so we can see like a second page showing wild card standings.
Yeah, right now it's
current playoff.
Now,
yeah.
Believe it or not, it is New York, Boston, and Toronto in the wild card position. Well, no, it's New York, Boston, and fucking Cleveland, and then Toronto in the wild card position.
Well, Cleveland and the Rangers are tied, so.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. I don't make the rules, honey. Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. You know,
we're gonna have to look up some details.
You can't hide money, and I've got the MLB app. Hold on just a sec. Boston, New York, Boston, Cleveland, Texas, then Toronto. You are right.
I like Ron Schneider, though. I want more of him.
It did not help Toronto's cause that they lost 2 out of 3 to the Yankees this week.
No.
But the Yankees are plus 9.5. Boston is plus 6.5. And then you go to the National League, Terry, get this shit. Obviously, Milwaukee, LA, Atlanta. And then it's Chicago, Philly, San Diego, Arizona, Miami, and St. Louis.
That's insane.
And it's 4 games back, 2 games back, even +2, +4. That's how close the National League race is already, with 30 games to go, approximately.
Welcome in, Matt. Thanks for showing up.
Oh,
Good
God.
crowd tonight. Good
He's
crowd.
here to defend Michigan. Fucking A. I'm ready.
Well,
Let's
we'll
go.
talk plenty about that later.
Let me pull my boxing gloves out.
But we have another thing. Go ahead.
On the injury front, Terry, because only the New York Yankees and the Braves really matter on this channel, on this program.
Hey, I like the White Sox to some
or as
degree.
Dave would say, the program. Judges started hitting off a tee. Praise God. Bellinger came back. Fried's on the IL. Weathers is on the IL. Ryan McMahon is on the IL. And Giancarlo Stanton, once again, strained the other calf that he was not rehabbing and probably will not make it back this season.
So mad. I thought it was a joke when Dad told us that.
Yeah.
I was like, aha, funny.
Was not a joke. I was in the fetal position in my office crying at work when I got the news.
Well, let me tell you, as someone who lives in a AA town, I love it when guys rehab.
Oh, yeah.
But the problem is, we're the AA town for the damn Angels.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
We got Rockies, so I feel
now that we don't have oh God, what's his name? The guy for the Dodgers.
Trout?
Shohei?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, Shohei. Then we're just hoping that Trout gets injured so we can see him play AA.
Yeah.
He got hit by a foul ball at about 100 miles an hour today. It was ugly. Might have been yesterday. But he was standing on third in the leadoff, and the ball just smacked him right in the elbow. Right in the elbow. The good news was he turned, but I mean, right in the elbow. Anyway, the baseball, Terry, we're inside at 30. Allison and I will be at the second to last game of the season at Yankee Stadium, and we're going to see CC Sabathia go into Monument Park. She says to me, Andrew, you got center field's tickets. It's going to be hot. I said, it's a 7:00 game, honey. I know who I'm traveling with. It's a 7:00 game. Yes. We will be fine. So, anyway, we'll see what happens. Yankees are going to make the playoffs. But what Yankees team makes the playoffs is the question.
Right, exactly.
Who is on the roster?
Is it Garrett when you get there? Yeah.
And then the Braves, you made fun of because they've had a losing skid. But in all fairness, Terry, the most dominant baseball team in the league has been the Brewers. And I know that's weird coming out of somebody's mouth. The Brewers have been the most dominant baseball team with small ball, great pitching, and good closing. And then second, of course, is the Dodgers. But the Brewers have what it takes to beat the Dodgers. His name's Jacob Mezorowski. So let me see. I sent the best picture to you, all my family eating inside bag rallies because I ain't eating that shit. So I was inside Taco Bell eating rallies.
Now, that is a small step up because I got a lot to say about checkers and rallies later.
Were you?
Are they the same?
They are the same. It's kind of like Hardee's and Carl's Jr.
Hardee's and Carl Jr.
Okay.
You got to class up the joint, Allison. That's why we got a checkers. And
but I used to get checkers in Auburn when I was going to school all the time. I'd get a chili cheeseburger, like constantly. But I don't know. I don't know if the service we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, here we go. This is
Allison. But now we need to talk about the AEW, and not much has changed, so I left the same picture.
Yeah, I mean, next weekend, right? Is the pay-per-view?
Is it next weekend or is it this weekend? Is it? No, it's you're right. It's next weekend. Next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend.
I thought so.
We'll do predictions.
Weekend, Saturday night main event too. Sunday night main event too.
Sunday night main event is next week. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's a big weekend.
I don't know anything that's going on AEW. I can't pay attention long enough, so that's my.
I do. They tried to murder Darby like he's Kenny from South Park the other day.
Oh, they really should bring somebody out there and say, "You bastards!"
Yeah. Bastards. Kevin Knight tried to murder Darby Allin. Sting's son was there, so here we go. Sting's coming again, I'm sure. The MJF stuff, obviously, he's working to become the #1 contender. And Ospreay and Omega end up fighting at the end of Dynamite or at the end of their segment on Dynamite. Continental Classic, of course. Moxley wins again. So disgusting. And apparently Daniel Garcia lost to Claudio. Claudio's in the same.
Really?
Yeah, they had him wrestle each other. They also had Kyle O'Reilly wrestle Orange Cassidy. So Kyle O'Reilly, cool Kyle, no charisma whatsoever. I don't understand the appeal. Is once again in the Continental Classic.
I do.
Ask ChatGPT for an update of AEW. I say I don't care about any kind of tournament. Tell me the other news.
Oh, so they return a blank answer. I understand, Terry.
No multi-man matches. Sorry, Terry. No results.
Terry, there's nothing to report here.
What else is happening?
Nothing to report here.
Yeah. See here.
But I will say this, because I'm more fair and balanced than Fox News ever thought about being. This will be an excellent pay-per-view.
Yes.
It always is.
Always is.
It always is. Their television, the way they get there, is herky-jerky at best. But their wrestling pay-per-views, generally speaking, deliver. And you've got Willow and Mercedes, MJF in the little casino battle royale. You've got Omega. One, right? You've got Omega and Ospreay. And the match that I'm going to need some alone time for features Takeshita, Okada, and Kyle Fletcher. Oh. So that will be the one that steals the show, unless they make the Young Bucks and the Old Fucks the ladder match, so that we can have that. Anyway,
I think that'll be the first match.
It probably will be the first match.
Yeah, All In Wembley on August 30th. All Out is my birthday, September 26th in Chicago.
We'll be at Yankee Stadium.
We'll be at Yankee Stadium watching CC, the original dad.
Happy birthday to you guys.
Yeah.
We thought
somebody told us he might be busy.
That's right.
Celebrating himself like he did last year.
Yeah.
That was you, Terry. Celebrated by yourself last year.
I'm sure I celebrated by myself the last several years, but yeah, that's okay.
Well, that's the life of a single dad. 126 is the lucky 3 pick on the Powerball this week. That's an inside joke for those of you playing along.
What is it? What was it?
126 is the magical numbers this week.
Okay.
For Terry Weaver.
All right. Let's move on to WWE. And not much has changed there. I mean, a little change in the storylines, but the storylines are the same. We got a lot going on with Roman and Solo Sikoa. Solo has become part of the bloodline, but didn't react to that accordingly.
Right.
Yeah, then he attacked everybody. Yeah, he hit Jay, he hit Roman. They're just prolonging this as much as they possibly can. And yes, Willie, I definitely said I need some alone time to watch that match. That is going to be exceptional. And Takeshita should win. I like him. But anyway, yeah. This was interesting, and then it wasn't. And so Jacob, of course, sitting back because he was told to. Roman gets the spike. Jay gets the spike. All of a sudden, Solo is Oprah handing out spikes to everybody. And they went off the air, I mean, you get the Breaker and the Oba thing again. Obviously, Valkyrie's chasing Liv, and then Becky's involved as well. The bigger event happened in Toronto. CM Punk defeats Kevin Owens with the help of Sami Zayn and a belt shot and a Kafukte finish, because God forbid we do anything clean.
Yep.
Pretty good match up to that point.
You got to establish how dirty the dirty guys are.
It'd have been a great story, but they just like they did with the Roman and the Punk, or the Roman and the Seth, or the Seth and the Punk. You skip the good storytelling to return to something that we've already seen and done. How many times in their careers have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn wrestled? And I'm leaning on you, Willie, because you probably know the answer to that, and I don't. But the answer would be a lot. And here we are back, obviously going that direction. Randy, Cody, who cares? We're in a holding pattern. It's mid-season. They're not into the Rumble season yet. And it isn't going to matter, because whatever the creative is coming from the House of Sod to get to WrestleMania. So,
well, the good news, we will know who the future is pretty soon. So,
Who the future is?
That's right. Is it Oba? Is it Braun Breaker?
Oh yeah, it's both. But
I love that though. That's so good.
And then, especially because you have Paul involved.
Yes,
in that,
exactly.
and Paul comes out and talks, and then he does a small little thing at the end, and then Braun looks back like, "What the hell is he doing?" That is so good. The subtlety of Paul Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's they don't need a lot of help telling that story, but that is the window dressing, the cherry on top, the whatever cliche you want to use. Paul Heyman elevates and enhances anything that he touches in WWE. So this is no different. But I'm a Paul Heyman guy. It's controversial, but he's better than Bobby the Brain. Go ahead and yell in the chat. I won't listen to y'all. Thank you, Willie and Alexis.
Have we done Wrestling Manager?
I don't think we have. I know that another show did Wrestling Managers, and I took exception to the way they decided to do their little ranking thing.
Yeah.
I was on my bullshit that night. But anyway.
Wait. Are you sure it was only that night?
That night. It's every night. It's a party. You're invited. So anyway, yeah. It is definitely, to me, a very much a holding pattern for these guys. Yeah. Braun and Oba need to run to Rumble and more, in my opinion. And they've got enough on that bone, they can tell that story. And
there it is.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. I don't care. Yeah, I knew it was coming, and I don't care.
Evergreen, right?
Going back to Roman and Solo, though, that's recycled material.
Correct.
I mean, we're running into that dangerous NWO post 1997 where you just continue to return to what made it work for so long.
I mean, they're doing.
Yeah, if we end up having a Latino bloodline, I'm out.
Oh God. Yeah.
Latino bloodline would be fantastic.
I mean, they're doing the same thing with Solo that they did with Fatu, that they did with Jey Uso, that they did. All right, you get it. They don't really like you. You have to force them to be your friend. All right, we get it.
Yeah, rinse and repeat. And it really is just lazy booking when you look at the talent level that you do have in this promotion. So there's nothing wrong with making new stars. LA Knight ain't it, by the way.
Yeah.
So they can go ahead and
that was the thing the other night. They had this going on in the middle of the ring with Solo and the Bloodline, and all of a sudden LA Knight's music hits, and I'm like.
And then they're also pretending like Finn Balor is not a contender for anything. They're shoving him in the corner. They've got Gunther pretending like he doesn't exist. What is happening with this storytelling? What am I missing?
Oh, you mentioned Gunther. Is he actually involved in something? Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The old ring general. And then you bring back Owens with all the fanfare after the injury. He's very popular. He's in Toronto.
And you have lose.
And you do a fuck finish.
Yeah.
So, it's I didn't necessarily expect him to beat Punk. And I expected shenanigans. But sometimes the easiest thing to do is, the straight line is A and B. A and B. Let him win in Toronto. Yep. What harm does it make? What harm is there in letting him win the world title in Toronto? Just an opinion. Particularly when you insisted on making him the number one contender in his first match back.
Right.
It's not like you built him up to that. You just did it. So
in a 4-man match.
Yeah. In a multi-man that Terry is so excited for.
I love it.
Terry, I forgot
only on Thanksgiving.
What hat are you wearing tonight, Terry?
This is the Kannapolis Cannonballers from Kannapolis, North Carolina.
I love it. That's good.
It is fantastic.
Yeah.
Kannapolis. Oh, yes. That is fantastic.
All right, that's enough about wrestling. Ugh.
Ugh.
Well, let's talk about some
by the
football.
way, Juggalo Championship Wrestling is putting on a show tonight, Allison.
Oh, good. I got my blanket, so let's go.
If you want to be a juggalo while me and Terry talk football, you can go watch Violent J and Shaggy and Vince Russo, bro, put on the Juggalo Championship Wrestling. So
stop. That's not real.
It is real.
Oh my goodness.
John sent me a text message that he's watching Juggalo Championship Wrestling. Then he reminded me that Juggalo Championship Wrestling has been in existence longer than WCW, ECW, and TNA.
Oh, I'm dying. I'm dying.
Oh my goodness.
Legit death.
AEW, of course. But yeah. Anyway, Allison, get your blanket. It's football time. I saw you grab it to start with. She runs hot, ladies and gentlemen, so she's not going to keep that blanket on very long.
It's already off.
But she does need her comfy pillow. I'll go ahead and throw you a bone, Allison. Cincinnati is not in the top 25. They are not in the top 10. I know they're not in the top 10 because our listeners are so intelligent. But what do you know about the Cincinnati Bearcats, ma'am?
Do you know that Jason Kelce and his brother went to Cincinnati?
I think I remember that, Terry. Yeah.
Nice.
I think I remember
that. Just remember that.
And also, fun fact about Allison, neither Travis, the other brother, nor Jason are her favorite Kelce.
Correct. Not at all. Kylie is my favorite Kelce, no question. I'm scared of her. That's how much I love her.
And unapologetically, Terry, an Eagles fan, she's not rooting for her brother-in-law. She don't give a shit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she has stated if he got traded to some other team that she would still be an Eagles fan.
I love Amy. Just remember this.
Yes. Did the Kelce brothers went there? They did. They did go there. Cincinnati. Or
as I call them, Jason Kelce and his brother.
And his brother. You know, the one married to Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Taylor Swift's husband. Yeah. Yeah.
They did get married.
Did they get married? Did we ever confirm it?
I think they did get married. It was that big deal in New York.
Yeah, we thought so. Okay. All right.
Yeah, there's rumors Adam Sandler did the ceremony.
Okay. That's weird, but all right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So we got some stories here. First off, a court somewhere said 16 players that entered the NFL draft can now go back to college because they got another year of eligibility. Now, I don't have any word on how many of those are actually attempting this, but this is very interesting.
So I think
the lines are being blurred.
You and I don't have crystal balls, Terry, but I think we actually mentioned this could happen at the end of last season. So
we've been saying a long time that everything's going through the courts for football. I mean, everything. There's some positive movement, I will say, like specifically I talk about Cyrus, and he's got a D1 mentor, and I pay this D1 mentor. And that would not have happened if some of these changes didn't occur. So that's a positive thing. The trade-off is these multimillionaire D1 players in other sports are really getting things they shouldn't be getting. But I blame it on the NCAA because everything's the NCAA's fault. They could do it the right way from the start, but they screw that up and they think they got a better plan and it blows up in their face.
Allison, your thoughts, ma'am?
Yes.
You were going to say something. Your thoughts.
I was going to just say that my question was, how really fair is it for a player to have had the experience of playing in the NFL and then coming back to college? I don't know how you can equate that to still having eligibility. I guess maybe that's just
so. What they're attempting to do is they're attempting to consider foreign professional leagues as not professional, and professional leagues in the United States is professional, and the courts say that is stupid. We're not allowing that.
Also, these people did not make the team necessarily. As professional players,
right?
Okay.
Some of them are in training camp, but it's not like
that's the part that I'm talking about. Though. Yeah. Like I guess that's where I don't see how that's really fair. They have a leg up.
What's going to happen? The deal is, in 5 years, a lot of this goes away.
Okay.
The problem is, that's for the new players coming in. There's guys sitting there that are like, "Hey, wait a minute! If that had been the way, when I was in school,
yeah, okay.
I would have gotten this. So then they go to court, and then the court sides with them. So then the NCAA has to adjust.
Is there an age limit?
What's that?
I don't know.
Age limit.
I know that they're getting rid of red shirts, and they're saying you got 5 years no matter what.
Good.
I think that might be once you get out of high school.
Do I have it right, Terry? Brandon Weeden was 27 as the starting quarterback of the Oklahoma State Cowboys. I'm pretty sure that's
something
right.
like that. I think Winky was 29 or 30.
Yeah, he was old.
That's old for a college player. Even
a lot of guys used to play pro baseball and then come back to football.
Yeah, he didn't enter college until he was 23 or 4 or something.
Wow.
But,
All right. That's it.
And I don't have a problem with that. There's been a lot of complaints about why is this 30-year-old playing 22-year-olds? Well, because they didn't play before now.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I guess
it's the ones that play 9 years. That's the real problem.
Exactly. You got it. That's where I'm just like.
Thank God the final legacy of COVID in the NCAA is about over, because that's what really did it.
Really?
That was a big one.
Okay.
That, being COVID seniors where you didn't get a full football season, so you got to play another season. Then you got a red shirt. Then you got a medical shirt. And to Terry's point, they're talking 5 and done. But the NCAA, as far as college football is concerned, has been spineless for a very long time. And they have no teeth, and they're not really a governing body of any kind whatsoever.
They're not.
So when you don't have authority, what the fuck difference does it make?
Right. They could tomorrow publish a report that says, here is the national champion for every year way back to 1900, and solve the whole thing and say, screw you, Auburn, for claiming all those national championships. Screw you, Alabama, for claiming 1941. They could do that, but they don't do that because they've got no guts.
Yep. And quite frankly, it's a joke of an organization. It's about like when they broke up the Holy Roman Empire. It is not holy, nor Roman, nor an empire. This is not a governing body of any kind whatsoever. So
yes.
But it is what it is with the NCAA. I see Terry's got the playoffs here. We're still at 12. We talked about 16 and 24 game expansion. Hell, let's make it 64. Why the hell not? You got 100 and is it 134, Terry? 134, 133, somewhere in there.
It's something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. That'll never make it. Half of them will never, ever, 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 ever make it.
Well, that's my deal. If you have a team in a division and there is 0.0 chance of that team ever making the playoffs, then your division is way too big.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. I would agree with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because they can't remove teams from the top because those teams spent a lot of money to get to the top. And then if you say that you're pushing you down to the second level, you're back in the courts.
Do it like European soccer, where you get promoted and relegated.
Oh yeah, that would be great, but that ain't ever going to happen either.
I know. I just think
it'll be in the courts, and the courts will side on the other side of that.
So freaking dumb.
Before we launch into your next slide, Terry, do we want to talk about some conferences?
Well, we can talk about the conferences when we talk top 10 if you want to.
That'll be fine. We'll do it then.
Because we'll see some teams from those conferences.
Yeah, let's do it then. That's cool.
All right, but before we get to the top 10, we've got tracking new coaches, and we got 8 coaches here that I asked ChatGPT about. So if these records are incorrect, it ain't my fault. So we got Lane Kiffin at LSU. LSU was 7-6 last year. Kyle Whittingham goes to Michigan. They were 9-4, but obviously there's more than just on the field results involved there at Michigan. So, and we talked a lot about this last year. It looked pretty bad for Michigan for a couple of weeks about getting a new coach, but then Whittingham was a steal. They did great getting him in there. He's going to be a great coach at Michigan. James Franklin. Tony Franklin. There's an old Auburn name. Wow.
Blast from the
James
past.
Franklin goes to Virginia Tech, and we'll speak about that when we talk conferences when we have our top 10 because the ACC is interesting. We'll say they were 3-9 last year, so they needed James Franklin. He was replaced by Matt Campbell at Penn State. Matt Campbell's been rumored for big jobs for a very long time. Finally got the Penn State job. They were 7-6 under James Franklin last season. John Sumrall goes to Florida. They were 4-8 last year. Alex Golish goes to Auburn. They were 5-7. These two guys play early in the season. It's going to be huge.
Stop that. I don't hunt. I don't fish. I don't have fucking hobbies. All I do is coach ball. He is my new favorite first-year head coach.
Then we got Pat Fitzgerald, who used to be at Northwestern. I guess he got fired for scandal at Northwestern. He is at Michigan State, and they have plenty of scandal at Michigan State, so he should be at home. They were 4-8 last season. And then Golding, this comes with an asterisk because Pete Golding was the coach in the playoffs last year after Kiffin left, but I consider him a new head coach at Ole Miss. 13-2 season last year for Ole Miss. What's going to happen this year? That's a big question mark.
So I had to look it up. Now that Terry's given you all the rundown, here's the analysis, and this is why people are wrong about a couple of the teams that are on this list. LSU. Would anybody like to take a guess how much money they spent on the 2026 football roster?
Oh, good Lord, it's getting ridiculous. I don't even know how to guess in ballpark these days.
$43 million.
Jesus.
Would anybody like to guess how much they spent on that 7-6 football team in 2025?
7.
18.
Oh, I was going to say 23.
$25 million more dollars from one year to the next.
Wow.
To get football players to come play for Lane Kiffin at LSU. As I said last week, and this is the meat and potatoes behind my argument, LSU will be a much better football team this year for two reasons. Resources, meaning the money they've spent for players to get there along with the coaching staff, and Lane Kiffin is a far superior coach to Brian Kelly. Lane Kiffin's coached in the SEC. He learned from the greatest of all time. He's coached at Tennessee. He's coached at USC. He's coached at Ole Miss. And at Ole Miss, they didn't give him $43 million to build a football team. And they went to the playoffs, and he won 10 games more than anybody else. Why? Because nobody else ever won 10 games regularly like Lane Kiffin did in Oxford, Mississippi. Kyle Whittingham is a steal for Michigan.
Absolutely.
For the Michigan contingent here, the last defensive Heisman Trophy winner was Charles Woodson. And why was that? Because in 1997, Michigan's defense was nearly unstoppable and impenetrable. And they had some shit quarterback named Brian Greasy or whatever. Hate him. He's terrible. But he did enough for them to win their share of a national title. They would not have beat number 1 Nebraska. But that's a whole different thing. Whittingham, on the other hand, Terry, as you know, the Utah coach for 20-plus seasons after Urban Meyer left,
right,
did far less than what they're going to do at Michigan in terms of resources. Michigan has boosters, money, history, a recent national championship. They can get the players, and they've got the coach. Michigan is your dark horse in the Big Ten that nobody's paying attention to. Because
it was timed well because Utah basically came in. It's like, who's running it at Utah? Wasn't there some kind of group that came in to run the football program, and they basically wanted to change stuff, and Whittingham said, screw this, and got the Michigan job?
Yeah, Utah, and they promoted the DC to be the head coach,
That may be the biggest screw up in college football this season from Utah. He probably would have stayed there his whole career had this change not occurred.
Yeah, and Whittingham is a phenomenal coach. Like I said, less resources. What happened the last time a Utah coach made a move to a big school? In 2005, Urban Meyer with Alex Smith went undefeated at Utah. He goes to Florida. They win the national championship. Then they win a second one. then, and all of the controversy and the felons in the 2008 team with Pastor Tebow and the gang, doesn't matter. He goes to a larger program willing to give him resources, and look what happens. Yeah. You don't think you can see the same thing with a class act like Kyle Whittingham? On to Virginia Tech. This school has gotten no love whatsoever, because they've been terrible since Frank Beamer retired. Beamer ball was a thing, over 200 victories. Blacksburg, Virginia, we're going to play defense and we're going to run special teams. Well, what Franklin brings with him, other than an experienced coaching staff, is all of the recruits from Penn State that wanted to play for him.
Oh.
And so Virginia Tech got an immediate upgrade. They took 29 players with playing experience.
Holy shit.
From Penn State.
Okay.
Matt Campbell's going to be a joke at Penn State. They'll be lucky to go 8-4, maybe. Summerall, Terry, talk about getting thrown to the fire. Florida, according to most outlets, has the hardest schedule in the entire country.
Oh.
Again. So, as you mentioned, they've got Auburn early, and but Summerall's got a much different.
You keep saying Summerall, and I'm like,
I know.
Is he dead?
That's the announcer. Yeah, Summerall has a much different outlook than Billy Napier, and he's got an edge to him, and that's the kind of thing people like. Same with Auburn. Your man's got an edge to him, Terry. He's got an edge to him, and some people like the fire that they weren't getting previous. And it may have been, I just lost his name, your former coach.
Hugh Freeze.
It may have been the cancer, or it may have just been the game has passed him by.
Yeah.
Fitzgerald at Michigan State. Fitzgerald's a 500 football coach. He was at Northwestern. He'll be at Michigan State.
Right. I don't see Michigan State competing for anything in the conference, but
no,
definitely interesting to see what he can do at Michigan State.
And then Mr. Golding, former Alabama defensive coordinator, another branch in the Nick Saban coaching tree, was just a petty hire as much as anything. They didn't really search for a coach at Ole Miss. They just went ahead and replaced Lane Kiffin after all the pissing back and forth. Will he or won't he? Is he going to LSU? Is he staying? No, you're not coaching the playoffs, despite the fact. I will say for him, because Chambliss won the court case, he's coming back. So he's got one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC returning to his football team. And that might give them some hope. But you are going from an offensive head coach that just likes to run the ball and throw the ball and score points to somebody who is a defensive coordinator. Very much a cultural and personnel shift there in Oxford. Don't expect Golding to do anything special his first year out. Personally, the X factor again being Chambliss. I told you, this is the only football show you need to watch.
I was giving Amy a little side information because she said, didn't Kentucky get a new coach? And I'm like, yes, but they didn't make the top 8 stories on new coaches. They got Oregon's offensive coordinator, Will Stein. He's going to Kentucky. So they're shifting from all defense to all offense in Kentucky. So we'll see what happens there.
And that'll be interesting considering the defensive pedigree of the SEC year in and year out and the schedule that they draw at UK. Up next, Terry.
Well, let's do the flip side. Who is on the hot seat? Norvell at Florida State. Florida State fans have been calling for his head for a while. He needs to win some football games this year and make Florida State. They've had opportunity. Clemson has kind of fallen off. And then Florida has not been good. Miami obviously had a huge season last season. Florida State needs to compete inside the state and inside the conference. And they need to do it now. So it's big time this year for Norvell to bounce back from that 5-7.
They set the bar so high for so long between Bowden and Jimbo. Norvell enjoyed that success and didn't get into the playoff when they voted Georgia in over Florida State. Or no, it wasn't. It was Alabama in. Excuse me.
Right.
Over Florida State. Florida. Then Georgia just goes and rolls them in the bowl game. Norvell hasn't been the same since. That football team hasn't been the same since. He doesn't have the hustlers. He doesn't have the dogs that Florida State has had previously. He brings in someone like Tommy Castellanos last year, and coming out of Boston College, who also had a problem with O'Brien, who's on this list. And they couldn't do anything offensively. They made simple, basic mistakes. They beat themselves over and again, and then they got beat by lesser teams. That is not a good combination there in Tallahassee. That school has a history of winning football games. For 14 consecutive seasons, Bobby Bowden's Florida State finished in the top 5. A mark that will never, ever, 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 ever be touched. And if Bobby Bowden went 5-7 and 4-8 or whatever it was the season before, they probably would have shown his ass the door.
Yeah.
They showed him the door when they went 10 wins because they were ready for a new coach in Tallahassee and didn't let him retire on his own, which is on them. So as far as I'm concerned, Florida State deserves everything that they get. But bringing in Malzahn did not help last year.
Well, they beat Alabama. It's one of those things, and I said this when they beat Alabama. It's like Gus can beat Alabama, but
yeah,
he couldn't beat Georgia or LSU or Arkansas.
But bringing in Tony White's 3-3-5 defense out of Nebraska, that didn't help him either. So Norvell is definitely on the hot seat. The problem is his payout was so high because they gave him the big extension after he won the 13 games and the ACC championship. They don't want to pay him. Well, but you don't want to keep losing either.
Yeah, pick one.
And as we know, especially in the market with NIL now, players want to play for winners. They don't want to play for teams that are going to lose.
Right.
Because the players that are playing for winning teams are making the most money. There's a spoiler, folks. Fickell, his time is done in Wisconsin. They're only going to tolerate him for so much longer.
Yeah.
Wisconsin, while they're not a perennial powerhouse, they were running back university for a very long time. And under your favorite coach, Brett Bielema there, Terry, he likes to hide behind Nick Saban. But they used to run the double tight set. And if it wasn't White, it was, I forget his name, but he ran 4.24 on Nebraska in the snow.
Ron Dane was a big name.
Yeah, Ron Dane. And then I just forgot the running back's name, though. They
had several, though.
Yeah. And he went pro, obviously. But they'd win 9 or 10 games, and they had seen that success. You know, they would be the team that could beat Ohio State. They would be the team that could knock off Oregon or Indiana. Those days are gone.
Running the ball and playing defense wins, and it's consistent.
Melvin Gordon, that was who it was.
Melvin Gordon.
He
did. I think he did similar thing to Auburn in a bowl game one year.
Yeah. 424 yards single-handedly against the number 7 defense in the country. They weren't the number 7 defense after he was done with them. Because you don't run a dime defense against a nine-man double tight set. It just doesn't work. Aranda at Baylor, speaking of Wisconsin, was a phenomenal defensive coordinator. He was at LSU. Sometimes position coaches or coordinators are not good head coaches.
That's right.
And Baylor lost Matt Rule. You know, they lost the whole Briles scandal and the rape or whatever it was that he covered up. Definitely hot seat. Loxley in Maryland, definitely hot seat because they're not.
So Aranda, back to Aranda. Baylor plays Auburn in Atlanta. Auburn gave up a home game to play this game in Atlanta, and Auburn fans are kind of pissed about that. But that's a big starting game for both of these guys. One, because it's his first game with the program with Golish, and Aranda, he's clinging on to the job there.
And he's had moments where his teams look very, very good.
Right.
But you can't, you're 5-7 and a non-factor in the Big 12.
Yeah, you have to make that repeatable. Yeah.
Loxley in Maryland, offensive coordinator under Nick Saban, phenomenal offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Does not mean he's a good head coach. The other thing is he's in Maryland. When you're in the Big 10, particularly now, it's the program Ohio State, it's Oregon, it's Indiana, it's Michigan. People don't go to Maryland.
Well, and the thing was, he did pretty well for 2 or 3 years because he was the new thing. But then
Yeah.
once the new wears off, then you just got to see how good somebody is. It's not new anymore.
Right.
That's what she
How
said.
can you sustain it?
Yeah.
Then
Same
Beamer
with
at South Carolina, 4-8. He runs his mouth a lot to be 4-8. I'll say that.
Well, and this is a guy when Alabama
They
comes
do that
to
in
town,
South Carolina.
Yeah, when Alabama comes to town, he gives them all they want. But he doesn't win football games.
Right.
You know, you don't win football. You've got to close. And Columbia, South Carolina, they've been on the verge of having good seasons. Obviously, Spurrier won 11 games there when he had Clowney as his defensive end / pass rusher, edge rusher. And then, of course, Lou Holtz won a lot of games at South Carolina.
Right.
But they haven't been good since either of those guys left. What's that? Did she freeze?
I guess she did.
She just
Somebody
said,
froze. She's got a big grin on her face.
Must have been Lou Holtz. She
I
must have
thought she
liked
was
me.
reacting. See, I thought she thought that one of us was freezing or something. She said, "Uh-oh," like you were freezing, but she's the one that froze. That's
Yeah.
pretty funny. She'll be back momentarily, but
Yeah, that was pretty good. She's sleeping anyway. Her eyes are open, but I promise she's sleeping, folks.
that's great.
Riley at USC, there's an expectation there to win ball games.
Yeah.
They got a lot of money, a lot of talent. They've had some good players, and there she is. She's back.
Well, they're all offense, and you know, he kind of had those struggles at Oklahoma, even. So
when you know that there's no loyalty when you're the offensive coordinator, you grew up in that program, you learned under the great Bob Stoops. He passes the torch to you, and you bail the first chance that you get.
yeah,
After, by the way, beating Alabama in a playoff game or in a bowl game anyway, and beating them, you know, and he ran. And I know Dave has thoughts on that because he shared them with me before about Lincoln Riley. But to your point, USC's defense might as well be a sieve. I mean, people run through them.
Mm-hmm.
The only way they win is they score more points. And like you said, it's all offense. I mean, they had Caleb Williams. They've had an incredible receiver corps. But you got to stop teams as well. And then there is a lack of toughness around that program. When you look at what Pete Carroll did when he came in 2000 at USC, and he builds this dynasty in the early 2000s, 02, 03, 04.
Hated him.
Terry hated him, especially in 2004. He was waiting for
That's
one
right.
late
I don't
night
know how
ball.
many late nights I watched USC storm back and win a football game, but anyway.
But they were that team that wouldn't play the first half, and the next thing you know, they won 56-10. Yeah, they just blow the doors off of them. But they've always at USC been able to attract talent.
Yeah.
But you've got to win football games.
And they should be able to. UCLA should be able to. And I mean, UCLA's got a new coach, and they didn't miss the list. They didn't make the list, but yeah, it's like people don't care about college football out there at all. I mean, they got so much going on in their lives other than college football.
This is Tep. Dave is sound asleep in his recliner now. Glad I was able to put him to sleep.
He had a busy weekend. So
the final two are NFL guys that just aren't coming in as these old NFL guys
Belichick.
making any impact. I mean, Belichick 4-8, O'Brien 2-10 at Boston College. I just don't see either of those being successful.
Time to dump
The Belichick show in North Carolina is about over. That is a dumpster fire. They gave him a 10-year contract, which was absolute insanity.
How old is the man now?
He's 73 now.
Yeah, that's insane.
Well, that's okay. I mean, his girlfriend will take it over, and she's got plenty of years ahead of her.
But that shit show at North Carolina is not going to continue on. They're just simply not going to. And it will be a matter of time, if it's this season or the next, that Bill O'Brien will once again move on from Boston College. You know, he did a great job at Penn State following the Joe Pa scandal, obviously had amazing success as a coordinator in the NFL, won
Right.
some Super Bowls, coached some great players, but
Doesn't
there's a
necessarily
difference.
translate.
There's a difference between professionals and college, and as I will tell people, there is a reason only 3 college football coaches in history have won NFL titles as well. Jimmy Johnson, Barry Switzer, Pete Carroll. Those are the 3. Ain't nobody else ever done it. And it's not like you can flip the switch and go from one to the other, because despite the fact money's involved now, it's a completely different game.
Absolutely.
Completely different game.
Well, it's different coaching guys that get it versus guys that have only played high school before they played.
Right. And Belichick was always a great system builder, but he came to a program that he ran the Mac Brown out of, and Brown was a college football coach. That is not disputed. But North Carolina is right now, in North Carolina, you've got Wake Forest that's better than Carolina, State that's better than Carolina, Duke that's better than Carolina in football.
And that's saying a lot.
You know, and that says a lot. App State better than Carolina. And they like to beat the big teams. They've done it before and they want to do it again. But yeah, these 2 guys, their success is probably behind them, not in front of them.
Tom Brady got any kids that could?
Tom Brady's got plenty of kids, but I don't know that he's got any football players.
Hey, look, I was afraid we were going to see Tom Brady at the wrestling, so I'm good.
Well, Phillip Rivers is the one that has all the sons. I mean,
That's
he's got
true.
10 kids. So
yeah, they could start a football team for sure.
All right, time for the preseason top 10.
Here we go.
What are the preseason top 10? I'm not going to count it down. We're just going to look at it and talk about it. I will run it down now. Number 10, LSU Tigers. Number 9, Ole Miss Rebels. Number 8, Oklahoma Sooners. Oh my God, I put Hoosiers on here. Sorry about that. Number 7, Miami Hurricanes. Number 6, Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I'm gonna have to put a note.
Fix this.
Good Lord. Number 5, Indiana Hoosiers. Number 4, Oregon Ducks. Number 3, Georgia Bulldogs. Number 2, Texas Longhorns. Number 1, Ohio State Buckeyes. And let me put this banner on here. That should read 8. Sorry, Oklahoma fans.
Sorry, I don't
Good Lord. That's pathetic. And I looked at this several times.
Yeah, but the difference is you knew that was wrong.
Yeah. Oh my God. Anyway, so yeah.
All right. What do we
So
think?
a lot of SEC up here. LSU, I believe is a top 10 team. Ole Miss, I got to be sold on Ole Miss. I know that they won in the playoffs, but I want to see what happens when they ready themselves for the season. Oklahoma, I don't know. I mean, there's 3 SEC teams right off the bat at the bottom. I don't know that many SEC teams can do it. Georgia, Texas at the top, that makes sense to me for the SEC. No Alabama, by the way.
No Alabama. People have lost the faith.
Nope.
People have lost the faith. They did that pretty quick. So I heard on a podcast this past week that Ohio State is overrated. Probably won't have the success. They got Indiana, Indiana and Oregon this year. I do not believe that. And I do not believe that because I will say with my dying breath, as much as I hate Ohio State, the best program in the country, without a doubt. And year in and year out, they get the ballers. All those guys go and play in the NFL for real money on Sundays. And Julian Sayin is back. They've lost a lot of their seniors, but they had pretty good backups last year. So if I am the Buckeyes, I am looking for early wins, before the big game and getting everything figured out. The disrespect of the Indiana Hoosiers from both the AP and our listeners is incredible. I understand they graduated a bunch of guys, but they have the best X's and O's coach in the country, and it's not close. They got Josh Hoover out of TCU. Their defense was much, much, much improved last year. Their offensive line play, their defensive line play. Kurt Cignetti did what his boss did, whether, like you say, Terry, that he likes to separate himself from Nick Saban.
Mm-hmm.
They run the ball. They play good defense. They play fundamentally sound, penalty-free football. Who does that sound like? And then at the end of the day, it's a battle of wills and who's going to win. Kurt Cignetti might be outlandish, outspoken, brash, controversial, but the one thing the man knows is football. And he's proven it everywhere he's been. They are the defending national champions. It wasn't a fluke. They knew what they needed to do after losing in the playoff the year prior, and they did it. And they won the Big Ten, and they won the national title. And they beat a very, very good Miami defense for that national championship. I don't think that you see the dip in Indiana nearly as much as is being predicted.
I think the concern to me, there is a quarterback change, and that's going to define the season. And Indiana plays enough teams in conference. If there's enough change in the quarterback change that they lose those games, I think they drop down. That's where I think it happens.
They could. But to just write them off and say they're not going to do it again is bulletin board material for Kurt Cignetti. All you've done is feed.
That's a good point.
All you've done is motivate him, because everybody said over and again, Indiana isn't for real, Indiana isn't for real, Indiana isn't for real. As the head football coach of the Indiana Hoosiers, Kurt Cignetti has lost 2 games, has won a Big Ten championship, a national championship, and has been to both playoffs. And by the way, because of the playoff structure, has been to more bowl games in history, or in these 2 seasons, than in Indiana history. The worst program in the history of NCAA to the national championship inside of 24 months. So, don't discount the head coach. But obviously, Ohio State is a standard. Oregon is going to be fast, mean, and aggressive, and has Dante Moore coming back. The Ducks, of all things, don't have defense that matches up very well with teams. But like Oregon, they love to score. You know, that's been who they've been for 20 years. They score and they score and they score. They add defense at all this year. They're going to be a very difficult team to beat. They also play Indiana. They also play Ohio State. So the big 3 have to play each other this season inside the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And that's not discounting Michigan, Darren and Matt. What I'm saying is these are the 3 top teams in the Big Ten. Georgia, why not? Why not? Kirby has very successfully stepped into the role of Nick Saban in terms of the team.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, realistically, somebody in the SEC's got to step up to knock Georgia off of that. Because, I mean, the rumors have been Texas, but Texas hasn't done it. You know, Alabama's not doing it like they did anymore. Not to that level, at least. That would be the team every season where you're like, is Alabama going to do it or Georgia? Kiffin, even though we've said all these great things about Kiffin and the players he's got to prove it on the field at some point. So you can't just launch him up there. I think you got to put Georgia and Texas up there. I don't know what order. I don't think it matters. 2 and 3 in the poll we have here. You know, the top 2 teams on this, Ohio State and Texas, they've got superstars. And that's why they're lifted up there. A lot of
And
these teams are teams without superstars, without the guys with all the glitz and the glory.
And Texas and Ohio State play each other before conference. So you're going to get a very early barometer as to what those teams look like.
Right.
Very early. The Georgia Bulldogs, though, Terry, the one thing I know about this, because he was Saban's greatest disciple, is Kirby Smart's defense is going to be Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to run the ball by committee. They're going to have big space-eating offensive linemen. And hopefully a quarterback that can get the job done, because that's really, since the 2 national championships, what they've lacked is the big plays from the quarterback position. When they dog walk teams, because their defense is so suffocating, the pressures, the blitzes, Kirby kind of got away last year and the year before from calling as much defense. But when he took the games over, those are the games they won. When he took over calling the game against Auburn, what happened, Terry? They won.
Right.
And Jordan-Hare is not an easy place to win. And Auburn always plays Georgia tough.
Mm-hmm.
When he took the game over against Florida, they won. He took the game over against Texas. They won. So my opinion is Kirby Smart needs to be involved in the defense because his players respond to him. They respond to his challenges as a head football coach, which makes him very good. Texas, you said it. They haven't done it. You've got Arch Manning coming back. People are saying he's the best quarterback in the country. I think Dante Moore would like a word, and maybe Chambliss there at Ole Miss. But Sark, as good as he's been, where he's been, when he's been, has not delivered on the expectations of Texas.
Right.
He's just not. I picked him to win the national championship last year. I said it's finally time for Sarkisian to do it, and they didn't do it. And they had an entire returning offensive line, 2 returning running backs, Arch Manning assuming the role of the quarterback, and they didn't do it. They didn't even get deep into the playoffs. Notre Dame, let's face it, the schedule favors Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. The playoff rules favor Notre Dame.
That's right.
Without an act of God, sorry to the Fighting Irish and the Catholics there isn't going to be a playoff without Notre Dame. And I'm saying that right now before anybody's ever snapped football.
Mm-hmm.
Because Marcus Freeman is a phenomenal coach. You talk about a chip and an edge, they play with it. But here's the thing they need to do. Unlike what Florida State did when they did all the pissing and moaning and whining and crying, shut the fuck up and play football. And go prove that you belonged in the playoff. And don't lose to an FBS school.
Right.
Or FCS school, excuse me. Hurricanes, Cristobal, obviously got a big extension in the offseason. Their defense was incredible last year. It wasn't their offense. It was their defense that took them deep into the playoffs. But when you look at the 5 national championships Miami had,
mm-hmm.
Guess what won those 5 national championships in the 80s and the 90s?
Defense.
It was never offensive play. It was always that you were running in to speed and power in an era where there was not speed and power. You had one or you had the other. But Miami always had both. And that's their identity. That's who they are. Physically tough football team. The problem is they had so many penalties, and then offensively, they couldn't get it done because they'd shoot themselves in the foot. Oklahoma overrated. Brent Venables, phenomenal defensive coordinator. They're not a top 10 football team.
And there's not enough room for this many SEC teams to be that high. I mean, if you win the games, sure, get boosted up there, but don't just throw them all on there because you think they're similar teams. Somebody's going to win the games and be boosted up to that.
And as we know, because you just talked about it inside the Big Ten and it happened in the SEC, it's going to be a war of attrition.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of good teams and there are a couple of elite teams in both conferences.
Right.
But those good teams are good enough to beat the elite team on a Saturday. They are all good enough.
And then there's Vanderbilt.
Yeah, and then there's Vanderbilt without Diego.
Are we sure? I mean, there's a lot going on in the courts. Is
He
Diego
could return.
gone?
But finishing this thought, then we'll move on to Allison's favorite segment, the other top 10. I don't think Golding's the guy at Ole Miss. I think Lane Kiffin was a special guy in a special time in a special town.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he won so many games. Kiffin was the guy at Ole Miss. I think you're going to see a decline in Ole Miss. I know that pains Tep and Dave for me to say that, but at the end of the day, Pete Golding took a team coached by Lane Kiffin to the playoffs. Now, Chambliss is the X factor, in my opinion. But you're moving from offense to defense. That's a big change. That's a big change when you go from coaching strategy and mentality.
It is.
Last.
And what does the defense lose? I mean, that's the thing, like with Auburn last year when Freeze got fired and the defensive coordinator took the helm, the defense got worse.
Yeah.
The defense doesn't necessarily get better when you take your really good defensive coordinator and put him in head coach. So it'll be interesting to see that.
And you could say that for the offense too, because being a head coach is different than being an offensive coordinator.
It is.
LSU, underrated, paid the money, got the coach, got the staff, have the facilities, have the resources, have the environment, and by the way, love to be the dumpster fire of the NCAA. So LSU is completely underrated in my opinion. I think they're a top 5 or 6 football team going into the season. To your point, Lane Kiffin ain't won shit yet.
Right.
To my point, he will.
He will.
And I'm calling it now. Lane Kiffin beats Alabama season 1.
All right.
Sounds good.
A little bit of revenge because they act like he's never going to.
I'll let Andrew have one correct opinion tonight.
Well, that's a good segue because you know what we're doing next? Top 10 worst fast food places.
Oh, man.
And I know this was kind of a difficult one for a lot of people to vote 10 places in. I had a handful, and then once I got to 5, I'm like, I'm going to have to start being picky about particular things here.
I got 6 without having to really.
I think I got to about 5. If you had included sub shops, it would have been easier.
Yeah, I did. That was the one thing, you know, I excluded a lot. And I think if I had it to do over again, I would put sub shops in there. And that would make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, I think we would have seen Subway in the top 5 for sure.
Quiznos, not Subway.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm not a big Quiznos fan. I like Lenny's. I don't know if everybody's eating Lenny's, but Lenny's is very good. If you have a Lenny's anywhere near you, give it a shot. It's delicious.
Back in the day, Blimpies was the heat. But,
we still have Blimpies here.
Yeah.
Or Capriotti's is really good too. I think we need to do a best sub shop. That sounds delicious.
Put it on the list.
All right, let's see what just missed the list.
Right. Thank God. Thank you, people, friends of mine. I love you all. Also, Fazoli should not be on this list.
Fazoli's, which was a big shocker to me that it got put up here. KFC, Taco Bell, and Checkers Rallies, which is the same thing with different names.
So only one of these is on my list, and that would be KFC. Because anything from KFC other than the popcorn chicken is trash.
The gizzards are pretty
good. Biscuits are good, and the gravy.
What about the gizzards?
Well, I love all biscuits, you know that, but that to me is not what you go to.
And they have a buffet.
No, they do not.
Ours has a buffet.
You have a buffet still?
I think so. I haven't been in forever.
The last
I've been in 10 years, but I'm sitting here acting like it's great.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so
yeah,
I'm not even going to talk about Taco Bell, but it was number 1 on my list. The local Taco Bell still hiring smiling faces for anybody looking for employment in Goldsboro, North Carolina. KFC, I worked there for like 6 months when I was in high school.
You?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I worked at KFC. The original chicken recipe was pretty good. The bowls were pretty good. Here's my problem with KFC. You know how much they care about KFC? Why is every KFC look like some sort of dilapidated building?
Correct.
Like there's no upgrades, there's no storefront,
Yeah.
there's no increased. Like everyone looks
not
run the
trying.
fuck down. Like you don't even want to go in there just based on the way it looks outside. Now inside, I haven't been into a KFC in years. Inside, it could be the most beautiful, clean, eat off the floor type of place, but you would never know because if you look at the outside facade, the signage, they all look like trash. Every single. Apparently, when you get a franchise at KFC, keeping it looking nice is not part of the requirement. I've never heard of Fazoli's.
Okay, so
enlighten me.
I think Fazoli's is a southern thing, right?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
I only knew it when I lived in Florida. It is fast food Italian, believe it or not.
Well, that's called what's that place I don't like? But
not Olive Garden.
It is the Olive Garden.
It's not the Olive Garden. There's a drive-through, so it qualifies. I used to love Fazoli's. When you had a hankering for just a little bit of pasta, this was perfect.
Terry, idea real quick, since we just talked about the old Olive Garden. And we can do food down the road. Top 10, however we would phrase it, family dining establishments that are not meant to break the budget. Like, I'm not taking everybody to Steak 48. That is, but what about Texas Roadhouse?
We could go to Texas Roadhouse. Yeah.
So that might be something to consider down the road, is the quote budget-friendly family restaurant.
Okay.
Because then I can make
we could do buffets.
First of all, I don't eat at buffets unless they're in Las Vegas, and that is a fact.
Well, the Fazoli's website, just throw this out there, doesn't let you see all locations. It only lets you search within a certain amount of a zip code. So that is not helpful.
Okay.
I'll have to look on Wikipedia.
Okay.
Anyway,
well, like we know about Taco Bell, but Terry has some thoughts on Checkers and Rally. We have one of these. I actually enjoyed the Checkers/Rally fries, but I couldn't even tell you what an entree there is.
Burgers.
Yeah.
That's it.
So Fazoli's is headquartered in Lexington, Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
It's fast casual, and I still don't see a list of locations. Screw that. I don't care. Location.
I've never heard of it, so I didn't vote.
Okay,
for it.
Here we go.
That's almost unfair.
Well, it's got a lot of states. I mean, 25 states.
Okay. All right.
So it's in Arizona, California, Colorado, West Virginia, Nebraska. No more in Alabama, apparently.
Even being from Nebraska, never heard of it. Dead serious.
Yeah, but it's like a drive-through Italian place.
Yeah.
That just sounds awful.
Yeah, I know. You wouldn't go. So
we had a place called Tellini's that I loved. That was a drive-through Italian place. But I didn't really go through the drive-through necessarily, but I liked that, and it closed down too.
This was right across the street from my work when I lived in Orlando. I liked this place. Hit it on the way home.
It's Italian, so I'm sure they had breadsticks or something.
Oh, yeah. So back to Checkers and Rallies. When I was in Auburn, I would go to Checkers all the time and get a chili cheeseburger, and it was really good. But they are kind of one of those places that's their food might be okay, but they are not run well.
I was going to say, can't you get shot at like the Checkers? Like, I feel like all the Checkers.
The one in Huntsville, I would say yes.
Yeah,
that's a bad corner.
Yeah, the one in Florida, I was like, why do they intentionally put all these in the worst neighborhoods?
Oh, we got more on that subject with another one that's on the top 10.
All right.
Big time. Because I've seen this other one with like bars on the windows. But anyway, let's go.
Well, this one used to be in Clearwater. Andrew, we actually drove past the one that I'm talking about on the way to the beach. And I swear to God, it was shot up every other month. It was insane.
We had a drive-by at a Waffle House in Alabama.
Oh, no. Hell no. That's sacrilegious. No.
Drive-buying at Waffle House is dangerous because you know everybody inside has a gun. I'm just saying.
Excellent. All right, let's do this.
Number 10, Shake Shack.
Oh,
I've only eaten at Shake Shack in airports, so I don't know.
Did we eat at Shake
and
Shack?
It was okay.
Or was it somewhere else, Allison?
We ate at Shake Shack.
Okay.
I mean, I liked it okay.
You keep thinking it's Steak and Shake. We ate at Shake Shack.
So Shake Shack in Chicago for me and Allison.
Very good.
Was actually, I don't think I bought your lunch because you were being a liberated woman. $29 for a burger, fries, and a shake.
And that may be why this is in the top 10. Might be the price.
$29. Was the shake good? Yes. Was the burger good? Sure. Did I get the gluten-free option on the bread? Absolutely. $29.
I could go to Culver's and do a lot better than that.
All of a sudden, I'm John Travolta out of Pulp Fiction. That's a $5 shake. I don't know. That's a $5 shake. You know.
Yeah.
It just, to me, it wasn't worth $30 or right at $30. Now I know it was in Chicago.
Yeah.
I know prices may be higher there, but when you tell somebody, and I didn't get any extras, I got a shake, a burger, and a fry. It wasn't a large meal or whatever. There was no extra sauces. There was no reason for it to be $30.
No, none. I agree.
Yeah, this one was a little surprising to me, but I guess from a price standpoint, maybe that's what.
Yeah, not a surprise for me.
Was the food good? Yes. Worth $30?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I mean, I can get the same level of food at another burger chain,
correct,
for cheaper.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love Culver's
for half.
Yes.
You know? You and I are going to fight because Culver's and Smithfield's trash, but continue on.
Oh, number 9.
I've only been to one, so
Del Taco, and
that was my number 9, so this is pretty good.
So Del Taco, I never ate until like 2 years ago. We had a Del Taco coming to Huntsville, first time ever in Alabama, and I was excited about it. And I went, and I'm like, oh boy, I cannot figure out anything on this menu that I like the flavor of. I just don't like the food.
We might give him a chance after the ponies, George. Shake Shack. Me and George, Allison can come if she wants, and so can Mom. But we're going to Saratoga next year. So anyway,
but I hear you, Terry. You had it in 2 years, so
talk to me about Del Taco though. I don't know this.
Well, let me put an asterisk on this.
Okay.
If this is a Texas chain, what I have seen with Whataburger is that I have had Whataburger in El Paso.
Yes.
I have had Whataburger in Florida. I have had Whataburger in Huntsville. I enjoyed it in El Paso. I enjoyed it in Florida. It sucks in Huntsville. I don't know why they can't be consistent.
Yeah.
And maybe Del Taco's the same way.
So I had Del Taco in Barstow, California 20 years ago, and it hit hard 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You guys can tell I am not a fast food connoisseur.
Correct.
I've never heard of this place until you all mentioned it last week.
It's the West
It
Coast
means
taco.
of the taco.
Yeah.
Well, that I knew because I speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Hablo español, señor.
It's basically the West Coast Taco Bell. That's exactly what it is.
No sé de restaurante.
Which is Taco Bell started on the West Coast, so that's the funny part.
Well,
about
this
that
is like the Temu version of Taco Bell.
Okay.
Oh, so I'd hate it. I got you.
You would hate it.
I would put Taco Bell way above Del Taco.
Oh, absolutely. 100% correct. Shush, Andrew.
I would hate it. Got it.
Keep going.
Number 8, Arby's.
Oh, wow. That's really...
We've got voters with
I
sense.
thought it would be higher.
Oh, Bober's here. Let me stop right now. Bober, I understand your feelings may or may not have been hurt because I did not tell you. But you were not here last week, motherfucker. So happy birthday, you old son of a bitch. There. I told you
louder.
happy birthday
He's getting old.
only the way that I can. When are you going to become a spokesperson for the American Association of Retired People? That's what I need to know. And can I see your card and borrow it for a discount?
He is older than me, so this is good news.
Yeah.
Well,
old as fuck.
I
And we
have
love you,
only,
Bober, and we mean it.
I will say to those arguing with the Del Taco ranking, mine is solely based on the one I've eaten at. I've probably eaten there 5 times, and I come out of those 5 trips to Del Caco
Man.
in Huntsville not liking it.
You gotta stop going to the place you hate. I'm just gonna tell you this.
Well, I give people and restaurants plenty of chances to prove one way or the other. Maybe I got the wrong thing.
I don't have access. Put that comment up.
Which one?
Bobers.
Oh.
Willie too. I did a lot of shit during my drinking days I wouldn't do now. Bubber says he ages like fine wine. Are you sure it's not fucking Boone's Farm? Did it come out of a box? Did they make it 2 days ago? All right? Bubber, you play ball hockey. By the way, I've been following your guys' page. Interesting things happening with the Ragnarok people.
Okay, so back to Arby's.
Yes.
Tomorrow, I'm going to go get myself a French
Are you real? All right, wait now. What are you going to get? Because here's
French
the
dip.
Oh, okay.
A French dip and curly fries.
So in my travels
beef and
recently from Denver, Colorado to Western Nebraska,
I
ate at Arby's. Here's the thing. I didn't eat anything off the main menu. I had the jalapeno poppers and the mozzarella sticks. Because Arby's makes excellent sides. They have completely deviated from what brought them to the dance, though. And this is the fucking Cheesecake Factory of fast food restaurants at this point. When I order
There's
off
some truth in that. The sliders and all, and like the healthy sandwiches or whatever that they had, market fresh sandwich things. Yeah,
I do like the gyros, but it's because you can't get a real one all the time. Don't look at me like that, Allison. They don't use lamb. Now I will.
I got a place for you. We got a Papa Gyros in Huntsville that's excellent. You need to come on down next time you're down here. We'll go.
All right.
Yeah, don't threaten me with a good time. I won't be flying Southwest because fuck them. But or Frontier. That was last week's show. But no, the Arby's, I get the sides because I like the sides. They're
good.
Even their roast beef sandwiches, I'm like, what did you
plasticky.
do to this? Yeah, what did you guys do to these?
Well, they used to also be this thick, full of beef. They used to have those really good buns. Not anymore.
And to Willie's point, Arby's is very proud. Very, very proud of the pricing in their food there. It is a very expensive meal for fast food.
Yeah. Speaking of chicken salad and people being proud of their food, you should try Chicken Salad Chick, Amy. There's plenty of flavors.
Oh, I saw one of those. Andrew, didn't I see that by yours?
That is an Auburn product, by the way.
Chicken Salad Chick is in the old Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue on North Brightleaf Boulevard, right down the street from work. I've been there twice. I sold 2 cars to the owner of the place. And to Terry's point, high prices, small portions, very proud of what they do there at Chicken Salad Chick.
I do have my favorite flavor. It is the Sassy Scotty. It has bacon and cheddar cheese in it. Just throwing that out there.
With dill pickle in it. I really like that.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Anyway.
But it is expensive. Yeah.
It's expensive. Yeah. You're going to drop 15 all day.
Yeah. But then, you do get a cookie.
Yeah. Yeah. You get a cookie and you get a side. They let you have a side and a drink.
They were out of broccoli salad when I went, and I was forced to get something else.
Broccoli salad is very good from there, though. But again, it's all overpriced. The thing is, it's about the presentation and about what their marketing is. Supposedly to be like upscale fast food. Please get away from me. Anyway.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're here. Number 7. Wendy's. Big shocker it was this high for me. I'm surprised by it.
So I had Wendy's as number 3. I am not saying there's only one thing at Wendy's that is good, and it is the Frosty.
I used to, and they've changed the Frosty, by the way. This is my problem with Wendy's. This is my problem with fast food places in general. There's several that do this. They got to be hip and trendy and new and create all of these new things. Just do what brought you to the dance.
Yeah.
The classic burger, the bacon burger, the chicken sandwich. They make a very good chicken sandwich at Wendy's, a hot and spicy if you like that. Their fries, they changed their fries years ago, if y'all remember. They do the sea salt now and all that.
Mhm.
But they used to have just the old golden fries. They changed the color of their packaging. Why? Because it had to be new. They've changed the composition of the Frosty. Now, Allison, you can get one that's not mixed. What?
I know.
What's the whole point of a Frosty? Chocolate Frosty from Wendy's, hot French fries. That's the way to go.
Oh,
But
now you can get flavored Frosties. You can get. It's gross.
you talk about breaking the bank, though. You break a bank of damn Wendy's,
Yep.
and you don't even have to try. You just
$12 just for a burger.
So,
if you want
okay,
one of
so
the
I'm going to Arby's tomorrow. Then I'm going to Wendy's on Tuesday.
Can't hide.
When's your Taco Bell trip?
He does that
I
every
don't
week.
I don't necessarily go to Taco Bell. I passed up Taco Bell. See, where did we go? I went to Bojangles this morning for breakfast. That's what it was.
He's just bragging now. Now he's just bragging because he knows I don't have it.
Number 6, Dairy.
Sacrilegious. Who put this on the list? Shame.
This is why Allison is my platonic life partner, not because I tell her to calm down.
Fuck
But
off.
I also can acknowledge when she is correct, and Dairy Queen does not belong on this list.
No.
I dated a girl that managed a Dairy Queen at one point in college.
Did you get free
That was
Woodlands?
back. No, I will
fuck
say that back then they had really good chicken tenders, and then they
Mhm.
changed them, and then they weren't really good chicken tenders anymore.
What I like from Dairy Queen is very simple. It's the twist cone.
Yep, same. I like mine
Chocolate
with
ice cream, chocolate, and vanilla.
Yeah, I like mine with sprinkles, but absolutely correct.
And they make a
Thanks.
hell of an ice cream cake there too.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah. But the burgers are fine, the fries are fine. The root beer float, it hits because obviously they do ice cream. But
And this is kind of reasonably priced too.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're not outrageous. They're not
Mm.
outrageous.
Well, somebody doesn't like them. It ain't us. But
Somebody really
I
don't
would-
like them.
yeah.
I didn't put them on the list. Yeah.
No,
I don't
me
think
either.
I put them on my list. Yeah.
No. Wow.
If you
Just
hate Dairy
whoever-
Queen, tell us why in the chat, please.
Yeah,
put that-
because otherwise we're
I-
gonna judge you. Not
Yeah,
silently.
I need to
We're gonna
know
judge
why
you.
do you hate Dairy Queen? What did they do to you?
They don't like royalty. How about that?
Apparently,
There you go.
not. Misogynistic. They want it to be Dairy King.
Number 5. We had one of those growing up.
We did too. Legit.
Hardee's and Carl's Jr.
I have
Little-
I have a Dairy Cream here.
Little surprised that Hardee's and Carl's
no.
Jr.
This is
made
on
the
my
number
list.
5. But honestly, I haven't. I preferred. Okay, so Hardee's went through several phases.
Yes.
When I was growing up, they were like B team McDonald's. Then they decided we don't want to be B team McDonald's anymore. We want to be B team Burger King. That is where they should have stopped. They were
Right.
very good with the charbroiled burgers and trying to be like Burger King. Then they said, we got to be something different. Come on over, Paris Hilton. Do some sexy ads for us, and we'll have these thick burgers. I have not liked it much since then.
No.
I wish
get
they'd go back 20 years.
There are two things I get from Hardee's if I'm going to eat there. One is the chicken tenders because they never screw those up and they're always hot. That's always one of the key things that I look for in a fast food restaurant. Is if the food is served hot. I don't want it lukewarm. I don't want it having sat in the lights. I don't want it having been made 20 minutes ago. Second is the Frisco burger. Whatever it is about that particular
Yeah.
combination, it's been the same for as long as I can remember. And a honorable mention is the ham and cheese sandwich. Don't know why. The hot
Well-
ham and cheese sandwich for me was always a treat. But
My deal is half their featured menu is like, to me, too many damn things on a biscuit or something.
Yeah.
Like,
they do that often.
simplify,
Yeah.
simplify it a little bit.
Yeah, Hardee's breakfast, I get the omelet biscuit at Hardee's.
Yeah.
They did have a really good chicken and egg biscuit too.
Stop
but-
it! Stop talking about it.
That's what I got at Bojangles, chicken, egg, and
Oh,
cheese. this
stop.
morning.
Chicken biscuit's fine, not chicken and egg. Oh, throw
Oh,
up.
but you know what I did? Here's one thing I'm going to rail on. Chick-fil-A is the only place that has figured out the proper way to have someone standing outside to take an order.
that
Because
is
I drive away from people if they try to take my order because I need to look at the damn board to look at the menu. Don't ask me what I want to eat if I can't see the options.
Yeah.
So our Bojangles in Smithfield off of 95 and the 70 intersection is busy all the time. And it's always fresh, it's always hot, but like Chick-fil-A, Terry, they have people standing outside because the line gets so long. They also have people with portable menus they hand to you to let you make your order so that you know what you want to get.
That's
Even
awesome.
though the tendency for most people is to order the same exact thing from the fast food restaurant that they chose to drive into.
I don't necessarily have that everywhere.
Terry says, "Let me peruse the menu." Terry, you were
I
here
like to
last
be
week.
adventurous.
Super Dave says Carl's was the best until they brought Carl Sr. back to calm Carl Jr. down.
You just like the commercials.
So-
the hot jalapenos dripping burgers or whatever. Yeah.
So I used to live in Florida, and I drove back and forth from Florida to New York a couple times. Hardee's was the restaurant you stopped at if there was nothing else available.
What
Like-
era was that though? Was that when they were being Burger King?
That was late 90s, so probably.
I think they were probably a Burger King. That was a couple
Yep.
of years before they switched over.
Insane. So bad.
That was at their best though. To me,
No.
they probably made a lot more money after the thick burgers hit, because they used to jokingly call one of theirs a $6 burger, and it's like, I wish it only cost $6
Yeah, really.
now.
Yeah. Hardee's is another one where you're going to drop double digits for one
Yeah.
meal.
Yep. All right.
And Heather says the one in my area stopped serving fried chicken.
Oh, that's unacceptable.
Craziness.
Unacceptable.
Number
I mean,
4,
we're from the South. We like fried chicken here. Go ahead, Terry. Number 4.
A&W.
Oh,
For fuck's sake. What is
Come
wrong
on.
with people?
I mean, it's all just root beer. I mean, they don't have anything noteworthy other
Don't
than
they have hot
root
dogs?
beer on tap.
Burger and dogs, man. They have
Yeah.
But it's not noteworthy.
It's
It's just there.
excuse me, the ice
Excuse me.
cream, the root beer sundae is absolutely noteworthy.
No, I said other than the root beer on tap, they don't.
That's
the
have
root
enough.
beer float, ma'am.
Yes,
root
that's
beer
enough.
float.
What I
It's a
say,
float,
sundae?
not a
We
Sunday.
used to have.
It's
Okay,
empty.
I'm gonna hold a comment until
Why?
we see another restaurant
Okay.
and tell you what we used to have in Huntsville,
Okay.
Okay,
and
but
it was
the
all
A&W,
trash.
we had the A&W.
Oh, I
back
know what you
home-
had.
back home for a while. But here's the thing about A&W, they don't make it. For whatever reason, they don't make it. They
Yeah.
close down, they change
Always.
hands, whatever. Yeah. But and on a hot day, a root beer float from A&W, you talk about hits. That hits. And then you get the glizzy. Shit.
I agree with Willie here. Root beer floats are awesome because there's only one real root beer, and it's A&W. Absolutely correct.
We don't have that anymore here, so I can't go get that tomorrow.
Hmm.
Number 3, Long John Silver's.
Thank God. We
Wasn't
all
this-
agree.
Didn't this used to be connected to the A&W?
Yes, and that's what
Yeah.
we used to have. And
Okay.
it all sucked. That whole building
Same.
was horrible.
Same here. Yeah, nasty. No, thank you.
The one in town is the Long John Silver's Kentucky Fried Chicken. You probably understand why I don't go there. If you fry chicken in the same grease that you fry
Correct.
fish,
There you
I'm
go.
not interested.
Well, I will tell you, I hate Long John Silver's. I love Captain D's. So, but Long John Silver's is trash.
Fast food
Complete
fish.
trash.
Absolutely not on my list.
And
But
it's
they
all
tore
fried.
the building down, and there's now a cookout sitting there.
There you go. Got the proper restaurant, Terry. Endless options and combinations at the cookout.
Now, here's something for you. How about if you went to the cookout drive-through and somebody comes out and doesn't show you a menu and asks you what you want?
You said that's like a 40,000 piece menu.
There are so
Yeah,
many
it's ridiculous.
possibilities. You can't. Yeah, it's stupid.
Oh wow!
I want the chicken sandwich with a side of cheeseburger and another side of
What?
corn dog.
Oh yeah, I look, dude. Every time I go to cookout, which is like twice a year, so let's not get excited. I'm getting double sides of corn dogs. That's my jam right there.
It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
all right.
It is a very complicated menu with many options.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Makes sense.
like Terry, for people who don't know, is genuinely an engineer. Allison is genuinely a rocket scientist. I am genuinely a finance director. Okay. All of us have some sort of numbers and math and shit we do every day. Guess what we couldn't do? Solve the cookout formula. 100% could not do it. Okay.
There are a lot of options.
There's a lot of options at the cookout. But Long John Silver's, back to this shitbird place. I don't understand why this place even exists.
No.
If I wanted fish sticks, I'd get them from the frozen food section at Walmart and cook them at my house and spend far less money.
Yep, exactly.
So if Captain D's didn't exist, I would completely agree with that. But for some reason, I really enjoy the food from Captain D's.
What do you
Long
get?
John Silver's is complete crap.
I'd like to meet someone named Captain D.
I get
something.
fish, I get shrimp, I get chicken, I
Okay.
get all of it,
All right.
and I love it all.
See, and my thing is, outside of like French fries and things like mozzarella sticks or jalapeno popper, I don't like fried food. So when you start talking about like
Yeah.
fried fish,
That
You
is
start
the downside.
Yeah.
But I do get
Yeah.
okra. They also have okra, so I'll get some okra, but that's
Oh,
fried
okay.
also. So, but
because we
then
all know
2 hours
everything-
later, I feel like complete garbage.
everything
But
there's
I did
deep
enjoy
fat fried.
myself.
Yeah, there ain't a healthy choice on the menu. I'm just saying.
Now they do have some things that are not fried, like they got some rice with some baked fish and that sort of thing.
No.
But I don't really get that
Gross.
very often. Number
Yeah.
2. Got any more comments on Long John Silver's before we do number 2?
Other than
No,
fuck them,
no.
no. What's number 2?
Burger King.
Wow.
So
Okay.
Burger King used to be way better than it is now.
Mhm.
And now I go to Burger King and there's like one person doing everything in there. I don't think they can even hire people.
Same here. It's insane. We have the F team here in Bluefield. I call them the F team
I
because if
still
you,
like the food though.
so I'm a big fan of the Whopper. It's actually a decent sized burger. Not bad. I like that they don't complain about you having it your way, whatever you want on it.
Yeah.
Burger King, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to jinx myself, they do the best job to me when it comes to personalized orders. Because y'all know I got a picky child, and myself, I'm picky. They
The hell
don't.
you say.
I know they don't screw up as often as other ones, though. To me,
I have thoughts on Burger King.
all right.
The one in town is there's one in Smithfield where I work, right near the highway. And I've never been, to be perfectly honest. But I did have a young man pick me up. I told him I wanted a small fry the other day. They were lukewarm. That means they're trash.
Oh, their fries are trash.
Their
Anyway.
fries are, yeah, well, I just wanted a snack.
Yep.
But the other one that's in Goldsboro is dead center in the hood. Like, there is no appeal for me to pull off the road
No.
and go to this Burger King.
No.
And it sits in the same place as Carly C's. Like, there's a Carly C's, and then, you know, like there's a little shopping center, and then up front is this Burger King. Allison's correct again, and I'm not saying that because I love her. It's true. They do make a good Whopper. But here's my problem with Burger King. Your customer service and satisfaction suck so bad that you had to make a damn national ad campaign about how they've listened to you. And they're going to correct all of the wrongs that they've done to people over the last how many ever years with the have it your way and that sort of thing. But if I go to Burger King, it's the classic chicken sandwich or it's the Whopper, which at this point is about every 5 years, just to remind myself why I don't eat at Burger King.
All right. Terry, what do we think?
I get the stacker. I think it's called with the sauce on the burger. I enjoy that. The fries are okay, like you said, if they're not old.
I like the onion ring flavored onion ring.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you know that? You know that fact about the onion rings?
They're not real.
There's no onion in them. It's onion flavored breading.
That's great.
There may
That's my
be
favorite
diced
kind of onion ring.
onions, but it's not an onion ring.
Okay, so like Funyuns.
Basically, yeah.
But I mean, I may go to Burger King on Wednesday. That might be
Oh my
my
God,
week. So
ew.
far, I got the next 3 days. Like,
Mm.
I enjoy the food, but the service, like, for some
That's-
reason, the management, the way it's run has really declined over the last 10 or 20 years.
So Burger King, like the Hardee's, was in Clinton during COVID, and like the Hardee's, had limited hours. They did a weird one because apparently Burger King breakfast isn't real high on people's lists. So
Really?
they did
I like
like
that too.
8. The French toast sticks used to hit. I ain't had them for years, so I couldn't tell you if they do or
I
they
like the
don't.
croissant.
I was also smoking a lot of weed back then. But the Burger King, like the Hardee's, had weird hours. They were open from like 8:30 or 9 o'clock to 11, and then they would come back at like 1 to 5-ish or 4-ish, and then they came back like 7 to 9. Like they had 3 splits where the building was
Wow.
closed. And I'm like, why the hell even do that? What?
Yeah.
How did you guys survive? not
Closed
having-
for lunch.
Yeah, exactly. Bye, guys. Fuck off.
We're all going over to McDonald's. We'll be
We're
back.
changing the fryer grease. Exactly. All right, Terry. I have no idea what number 1 is.
I know what it is.
It's my number one.
It's
and
my
it's
number
the-
one.
And it is the place that I went in Nashville that had bars on the windows because it was
That
in
is
such a bad place.
amazing.
Jack in the Box.
Absolutely. My father's going to be so mad. He loves this place. I think it is the worst on the planet.
It is terrible. I mean,
I
you had to
can't
get a key
remember.
to go to the bathroom at the one I went to in Nashville.
I can't remember if I've ever eaten at a Jack in the Box. Maybe because I've heard so many horror stories about them.
Yeah.
I
Like
have a
Taco
story
Bell
that I'll tell you
probably
guys
has a
after.
better. Taco Bell has a better chance of earning my business than fucking Jack in the Box.
Wow. Okay. That's
Probably.
impressive.
Probably.
And the thing is, I don't think I hated the food. It's another one of those situations. It's like, I didn't think the food was disgusting.
Now Dave's fired up.
James, he woke up. Somebody woke
He
up.
woke up from his nap. I put him to sleep talking about.
So is
Lane
that Teppy? Maybe it's Teppy saying
Maybe it's Tep. Yeah. Slander. He's calling it slander. Willie says he lived across the street from one back in his drinking days. Great stuff. No.
I would
No,
like to point out.
I'm only basing it on Nashville. I will just say
I would
that.
like to point out from my drinking days, because Willie's mentioned this a couple times.
the
it's
White
something
Castle
we
in
could-
Nashville sucks too. I'm just
we could agree to. If you're fucked up enough, you'll eat anything. I'm
Correct.
just
It's
saying.
true.
You're fucked up enough.
That's where
That's
college is where I learned how to eat. I learned that I love
So wait a
tacos.
minute. So are we saying that Jack in the Box has the best tacos, Dave? Is that
Absolutely
what-
not.
Oh my god! Ew! Oh, Dave! Oh my god!
Dave, you need to come to Smithfield, North Carolina. I can show you 6 taco trucks, probably run by people that are not residents of this country, that are far better tacos than Jack in the Box.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
Oh, and
Okay,
Tep is
so
on the
Tep
other end.
agrees
Jack in the
with us.
Box is the
Excellent.
nastiest
She
crap
had to
ever.
slide
That's my
over into her
girl.
account.
That's my girl.
I
That's
love
right.
that they are battling it out over there in Mississippi.
See, Andrew, we're not the only two who fight.
Hey, look, we fight because we love each other,
That's right.
even though Taco
Oh.
Bell sucks.
Oh, shut up.
All right, let me run it down. I
This
didn't
was a
misspell
good
anything, I don't
list.
think.
This was a very good list. People have very strong opinions here. I like this.
Well,
Number
food shows
10.
are always our best. Go ahead, Terry, run it down.
Number 10, Shake Shack. Number 9, Del Taco. Number 8, Arby's. Nonsense. Number 7, Wendy's. Nonsense. Number 6, Dairy Queen. Nonsense. Number 5, Hardee's and Carl's Jr. Number 4, A&W. Number 3, Lone John Silver's. Not high enough on the list. Number 2, Burger King. And number 1, as it should be, Jack in the Box. And we
I
may
like
get sued by Jack in the Box. So if we don't have another episode later,
Taco Bell, please sponsor us. Thank you. Two of
Do
us
not
love
do
you.
that. Do not do that.
Love you.
I refuse to wear purple on this show.
Yes, you will. Shush.
Dairy Queen in Texas. So
Okay, stop.
Speaking,
What's
speaking
happening?
of tacos in Texas, so you guys may know this, but this is I spent some time in El Paso, so quite far from Dallas. But there were people that I worked with that said you need to go to I think it was called Willie's Tacos or something. I can't even think of the name of it. God, I'm gonna have to look this up. But and they were. It was horrible. We called it taco soup because they had these rolled corn tortilla tacos and basically they were floating in tomato juice in a little cardboard container.
That's nasty.
They were like $1 each, so it wasn't expensive. But
okay, hold on a second now because I want to fight.
Bober, McDonald's is like the best fast food chain out there. What's wrong?
Are you trying to like make us hate you? McDonald's
he doesn't like the Diet Coke at McDonald's there, Allison. You better fight with him.
We're gonna fight. My number one migraine meal is a large Diet Coke and a large French fry from McDonald's. Nothing better. Nothing. The salt and the caffeine. Oh.
I was trying to think of Chico's tacos. Everybody's like, go to Chico's.
Chico's tacos? That's not real. That sounds racist.
But I mean, it was so different than anything I expected. It was probably more genuinely authentic.
Probably more real taco than
yeah. But I did go to this place that was I can't think, L&J, I think was the name of the place, which was it wasn't fast food.
Okay.
Yeah, L&J. And this place was like a bar. And you walk through the bar and there's 4 tables in the back.
Okay.
And on the walls, you have famous people who have come and eaten at these 4 tables and signed a picture.
Then
and this place was on Good Morning America and everything.
That's the place you try. Yep.
And it was fabulous. First place I ever ate mole. It was very good.
I love
no
mole.
one goes to McDonald's for the fucking burgers.
No.
What's wrong with you?
I do, but I gotta. But the patty that they use for the quarter pounder is better than the one for the.
And my son thinks their chicken nuggets are the best.
So it's 1/10 meat on the little burgers. It's a quarter pound on the quarter pounder. I worked at McDonald's for 2 years. Everything is the reason the fries are so good is that they're actually a different property that they stick in the oil. Talking about addictive. The other thing they do is they've got this salt shaker that's got like a cone on it, and they just turn it over and they pour it all over hot fries.
They salt the shit out of the fries.
And they have wider straws. They have wider straws than normal. So when you're drinking their fountain drinks, you get more. Sip. So that makes a big difference as well.
That's one thing that's pissed me off over the last 10 years or so. You know, you used to be able to get a straw and just tap it and open it, and now they're putting all the straws in skinny jeans now.
Yes.
So if you try to do that, it breaks the straw.
100%.
Yeah, we're so environmentally friendly. We're eating at McDonald's. The spicy chicken sandwich, the little one, with the big ass blob of mayonnaise and shredded lettuce, because I ain't afraid of no virus. That hits. Get 2 large fry, sweet tea, not a Diet Coke, because McDonald's sweet tea is probably number 2 or 3 in North Carolina, because there's Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue, which is the gold standard. And then there is a tie between Bojangles and Chick-fil-A. But with Chick-fil-A, what you do is you get the sweet tea and the unsweetened lemonade, and you mix them together.
Oh, okay.
And it is fantastic.
I was going to say, McDonald's has surprisingly good coffee now, too.
Yeah, Willie's mentioning that. He says when he needs a coffee fix for his Keurig. Yeah.
Yep.
So, but like, McDonald's isn't going to touch this list, Bober. It's the second largest fast food chain in the world. Fun fact for you all: Subway's number 1. Actually has more stores than McDonald's worldwide. But I know that because I worked at both places. At least that was the case 25 years ago. I'm getting old. But yeah, they did, like I said, they do the different grease, they do the thing, they do the salt. That's why the fries are the best at McDonald's. Their ice cream machine shake sucks. Like, it's not even. And how the fuck did Sonic not make this list, by the way? Speaking of things,
because Sonic doesn't suck.
Oh, well, hold it. Well, they're another
Sonic
one
does not
there.
suck.
So Cyrus and I used to go to Sonic pretty much every night after soccer practice. And then somebody took over management of this Sonic, and we went twice, and we haven't been back because it is so garbage. But I will say it is on the same corner with Popeyes, which takes forever, and Checkers, which takes forever. And it's like, do not eat at that corner in Huntsville, Alabama. It's all trash.
Ugh.
Well, and with the Sonic in Smithfield, there's 2 requirements. You have to be high to be working, and that's why their jalapeno poppers and
Okay.
Mozzie sticks are so good. But I won't order anything else. And the second requirement is you have to have a criminal record.
Oh yeah.
So those are the 2 requirements to work at the Sonic in Smithfield, North Carolina.
Sonic has Sonic Ice though, so that's also.
And I used to go, like Willie talks about, they got really good drinks. I used to use the app all the time, and they had
you get the half price drink. Yeah.
but it wasn't even worth it because they screwed up their whole system. You'd get there, and then it's like they didn't know how to do their system anymore.
Ridiculous.
And Allison is offended because we're not talking about the good ice that she likes so much from Sonic. But yes, because they have the crushed ice, you know.
No, they have the small nugget ice.
Or nugget ice, excuse me. It's the nugget ice, yeah.
Conrad had a nugget ice maker in his basement. It was my favorite thing.
Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue has the crushed ice. They you talk about a place that'll break you though. It's anywhere between $15 and $18 to eat there these days.
Pellet ice, yeah, same thing.
Pellet ice, yeah.
So barbecue places might be an interesting list.
There you go.
We'd have to figure out how to frame that because that could be little mom and pops, or it could be chains or whatever. I can't do limeade. I just
Their
don't.
cherry limeade is pretty good though. I agree with Bober. Write it down, Bober.
Write it down, Bober.
Only
My kids always like the ocean water.
Oh, the blue, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what I like to get is a big unsweet tea with like vanilla or something.
Ooh, freaky.
Terry, as you know, you have weird food habits. I mean, you put corn on pizza. That's a callback, ladies and gentlemen.
It hits every time.
It hits every time.
Every time.
That'll be Thursday's meal. Pizza with corn on it.
Well, I don't know where to get it anymore because the one place I would get it, they closed.
Well, they probably closed because not enough people were getting corn on their pizza.
Well, they had other choices.
What are our friends doing this week, Terry?
Oh, let me look at the note.
Oh, let's do this
Dave
first.
sent us.
Yeah.
Oh, what we're doing next week? We figure we did worst chains. Why don't we do best? Y'all might be tired of worst lists. In upcoming weeks, I think I'm going to put this out. Put a poll out there. Let you guys vote early in the week. What categories do you want to see us do more? This is a few of them. Worst lists, wrestling lists, sports lists. You know, there's movies, music, all that stuff. Food.
TV.
TV,
music,
all that stuff. Well, I'll ask ChatGPT to categorize everything we've done into some concise categories and throw it out there and find out what you guys want.
Love it. Please vote, guys.
But to answer the question, never mind. We're not there yet. Anyway, please let us know that. I'll put this poll is going to be easy because I'm just going to I'm going to copy and change the name from worst to best. So get ready for that.
So are you expecting to see Culver's on the list, Terry? Because I want to fight with you.
Yes. I'm putting it at number 1, probably.
Taco Bell, number 1.
Oh my God.
Anybody listening, if
So
you
I
all
will not,
you're going to put Taco Bell on your list.
I will not cheat and put the sub shops on this one.
Okay.
I will keep it the exact 48 choices that we had this time.
Okay.
But to speak on what our friends are doing, they are going to be on Wednesday night, and they're going to have Jerry Lawler and Kerry Von Erich from Super Clash 3.
Not on the show. They're going to be talking about that. Right?
Yeah, well, Kerry's dead.
It would be
Lawler had a stroke.
to have him on the show.
Jerry Lawler's not dead.
No, he had a stroke, though. Jerry don't make public
appearances. Hasn't he had a couple?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Mm.
Yeah, so awesome. I will be in the chat Wednesday night to not only correct Dave for talking shit to our voters here over Jack in the Box, but to correct Dave about the Kerry Von Erich, Jerry Lawler, and you go right ahead and have his foot on the desk. You might as well have it up his ass. You two are so close, or your ass. But Kerry gigged himself before the match. Absolutely, Willie. Yeah, that match was a shit show, if there ever was one. And obviously, the not world title was at stake, and the other not world title, or whatever. So, anyway, we'll get to hear Dave talk about it again. It'll be exciting. Amy, do your research. Make sure you poke holes in all of the things that Dave says, because that's fun when you do that.
Do your trivia. I love your trivia.
Yeah,
Jerry
trivia.
Lawler trivia this week.
Hopefully not Kerry Von Erich trivia. I might actually know those answers after 5 years of watching Talking Wrestling. Unfortunate byproduct of paying attention to what the man who knows more about Kerry Von Erich than any other person on the planet I've ever met knows. So, anyway, no love for Kerry there, Dave. No love for Kerry. He's the Jack in the Box of wrestlers. You know, the worst. I'm just getting ready for Wednesday. That's all. No, just getting ready.
All right. So you guys tune in Wednesday night and catch our friends at Talking Wrestling with Pondwater and Amy. That's a wrap for tonight.
Good show. It's nice to be back about football. As I mentioned at the top of the show, guys, and Terry usually does all of this, but I will say thank you to you all. 4 seasons. This is season 4. Starting Talking Wrestling. No, they did that longer. Starting TNA Top 10 with Terry 4 years ago, a week before football season.
Why don't we do a podcast?
Might have been a couple weeks, yeah.
We are no longer breaking down every play, every X, every O, we're hitting the high points, Still the best football podcast in the country. You just need to watch us and I'll prove it to you week in and week out. But we won't do it without all of you. And we do appreciate and thank you. And we do thank the vivacious Allison Faye for trying to keep us on time. And she knows it's difficult with me once we start talking football. She might as well just forget it. That's why she has to pillow and blanket.
It's way past my bedtime.
Way past her bedtime. And Dave made some suggestion about us starting earlier on Sundays because of Hornets. Dave, it's on demand. Watch it after
Lanterns.
Lanterns, what?
Green Hornet, Green Lantern. Who gives a shit? Lanterns. My bad. Anyway.
Hornets. Yeah, he's a big basketball fan.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like the Hornets beard guy, that piece of trash. Anyway. Oh God, I just said that out loud. Hoorah! Terry, take us home because we love our people.
One more thing before we go. If you're wondering what I mean by my favorite team is 2-0, Cyrus's team started their national championship defense this weekend with 2 4-0 wins, one team from Knoxville, one team from North Georgia, and a couple of weeks before we get back into the regular season again. But it's good to be back. We didn't have much time off. That's what happens when you go deep into the playoffs. But
that's right. That's what happens when you're national champions.
That's right.
That's right.
And the coaches have been drilling into them that you are not the national champions. That was last year's team. We got to show up and win some games this year. And that's right, what you do when this is tell them how great they are for what they did last year, then start telling them they're not good enough almost immediately after that.
Yeah. Good
that's
coaching.
How it works.
We love Leroy.
Yeah.
So we love Leroy. He did a great speech. It was phenomenal. I really enjoyed that.
Yep.
And
he is good.
And he was not wrong. He's very good. I told Terry, obviously you guys know I went to the national championship tournament. Great game. Ended in a shootout. Penalty kicks, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Because I do not follow that version of football nearly as closely as college ball. But Cyrus Weaver is my favorite soccer player.
That's right.
And watching Leroy across the field, they give him a coach's box, Allison, like they do in most sports.
Okay.
And I don't know that there was any grass left in said box by the time this game was over.
Oh, so
that man was back and forth and back and forth and back.
Oh, yeah. The whole game.
The whole
It is every game. No matter if they're winning
down.
big or losing, it's always that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Intense.
So I love Coach Leo's energy that he brings.
Oh, I imagine you did.
Well, he's intensely, the thing is, the flip side of that, he's intensely positive when it's time to be positive. He's that aggressive with the positivity. like great play. He's not just going to mention great play. He's gonna yell great play just like he yelled, "You didn't do that right." So
Okay.
it's consistent. So it's good. But let's wrap this up. We're 2 hours and 10 minutes in. It's been a good show. We're going to have 2-hour shows for a while now during football season. Love you guys. Thank everybody for showing up tonight. It was a great crowd for the first time in a while. I think we're going to have a show every week for some time at least. At least we're going to string together a few. But as always, love your people. Tell them you love them. Make it weird. See you next time, everybody.